putting an end to identity politics. This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
All right, everybody. Welcome back. Kevin Jackson here. 844-551-8255. If you find the McCabe text, call us. The Kevin Jackson Show. KJRadio.com. Now the FBI's got a new claim. They look, talk about a credibility problem. Wow. Credibility. When I used to hear FBI as a kid, I was like, ooh, the FBI's on it. It was one thing for local law enforcement to be on it, right? It's a whole other to go, the FBI's on it. Ooh. You knew they were the fair ones, right? They were the ones that went into Mississippi with Mississippi burning and found out who killed those kids. Those freedom workers, you know, those people that were trying to help blacks and other folks down in Mississippi who got hung or something, right? Killed. They didn't get hung, but they got killed. The FBI got sent in. You were like, oh, the G-men. You're going to get to the bottom of it. Yeah. But soon this agency is going to get the moniker of fake law enforcement. Because on the heels of the missing text from Peter Strzok and his FBI mistress, Lisa Page, the Bureau now claims they can't find text messages from the Deputy FBI Director, Andrew McCabe. Now, the missing ones of Peter Strzok and Lisa Page have suddenly been found because of a Freedom of Information request from Tom Fitton's group, Judicial Watch. They showed up. Uh-oh, we do have them. Same thing that happened with Hillary Clinton. The FBI is giving up nothing. It's crazy. Tom Fitton, he said, we sued back in September for the text messages of the number 2 at the FBI, Andrew McCabe. And they told us this week they gave us everything they're going to give us, and not one text message was turned over. They lost all of Andrew McCabe's text messages. I don't believe it. There's still gamesmanship going on. This is what Fitton said on Judge Jeanine. Now, I was with Fitton at an event, I think I told you guys this, and he revealed a startling fact. He said that he had sued the Trump administration more in 1 year than he sued the Obama administration in 8 years. And I got to tell you, I was stunned. There was so much to sue the Obama administration over that, I mean, I can't even see straight. Benghazi, Fast and Furious, IRS, VA, I mean, just to name a few, where we're still wanting to get to the bottom of it. And Fitton goes, yeah, I sued on all that. But I've sued the Trump administration more than I've sued the Obama administration, more in a single year. Now, keep in mind, Obama didn't have a lot to be sued in the first 4 years because it was mostly just, Obamacare crap. But I and the audience, we were stunned. And it proved to me that the legacy Obama minions that remain entrenched in the Trump administration are thick as thieves. And this is part of what they call the deep state. And I'm going to do an in-depth thing on the deep state because, so the deep state, and I talked about this the other day, the deep state are the people who are unelected, but who really have a lot to do with government. They're unelected bureaucrats appointed by other people, but they carry a lot of power, and you can't get rid of them. So remember that consumer, I think they call it CSP or consumer protection thing. It was set up by Democrats, and they put a person over it, and that was untouchable, more powerful than the president. This person could say, oh no, this company is not following green energy guidelines or whatever. They were making stuff up, and President Trump dumped them. Well, his whoever is over the thing, he dumped him. He says, nope, that guy's gone. It was a big stink over it because President Trump appointed somebody else over that group. And it's a huge deal. That group should not exist, just for the record. This is not a President Trump. I'm glad he dumped the person that was in there because it was an Obama appointee who was just raising pure hell with all the various corporations. They practically shut down the coal industry, and I could go on. But now, they did something. What was the other thing they did? It was really, it was amazing. I can't recall. God, I wish I did. But it had something to do with, like women's rights or gay rights in companies or something. It was ridiculous, but it was costing millions and millions, billions overall. And it was nonsense legislation. And so President Trump says, no, you're out. This person's out. I'm putting my person in. And that person has begun to dismantle all these rules and regulations that were put in. But here's the thing. We don't need that group. It's an unelected bureaucrat that's doing things inside of our government. I want you, if you don't get anything more out of this conversation than this, you cannot have somebody who can arbitrarily make decisions that impact your life and you have zero ability to affect the outcome. For all intents and purposes, that person is like the president. They're running the country in that aspect of things. They have to have accountability. It can't be some hand-picked bureaucrat. And that's why I talked about this redistricting. All these redistricting committees that are being set up by governors around the country should not exist. A redistricting committee must be people who are responsible, who are accountable, I should say, to the people, to their constituents, because they need to be able to be voted out. This redistricting is killing us, and it's going to kill us in elections to come. We are supposedly in control of the government in terms of conservatives. If you look at the number of seats we've won, the number of legislative houses and things like this, and we don't control government at all. Anyway, I want to go back to this. So Fitton said he sued the Trump administration more in 1 year than he sued Obama. And here's what I guess the bigger point is, Donald Trump wants everything out. He's not guilty. He's not stopping this stuff. So when does he get involved at that level? Look, I'm not trying to get the president into minutia. He's got a big job ahead of him. But he wants this to end. And so why is it not ending? Given the amount of cover being provided by the deep state, I wonder, what do the text of McCabe contain? Don't you? Now, the FBI had warned McCabe of his conflict of interest when they revealed to him on April 29th of 2015 that as the assistant director in charge of the FBI, I think he was at the Washington field office at the time, they said, your wife, being a big-time Hillary Clinton supporter, and you got to be aware of this. So they send out what's called a protocol regarding potential conflicts of interest. It's a document they send to anybody in the FBI that may have a conflict, and it identifies areas where you may be in conflict. And they recommended to him disassociation would be important. You need to disassociate from your wife's campaign completely. This was proactive bureau saying to McCabe, in order to avoid any feeling of impropriety, you need to do this. They sent this to him. But McCabe, he ignored it, and there's a reason why he ignored it. He needed to be in the middle of this Hillary Clinton investigation. And I'm going to tell you something. When you look back on the protocol that the FBI used for Hillary Clinton, no recordings of her conversations, no notes, no nothing. It was as if they brought her in there. They said, okay, here's where we are, Ms. Clinton, Secretary Clinton. And here's the lay of the land. We're not going to record this. We're going to kind of coach you through it. We have nothing. We have no videotape, no audio tape evidence, nothing to even know what was asked of Hillary Clinton. And now we get all these different things that we know they were guilty of that the FBI ignored. This is scandalous. I mean, to say the least. God, unbelievable. So we don't know what McCabe's text messages are. The FBI says, well, we don't have them. What do you mean you don't have them? Do you have text messages of any of your employees? Well, yeah. Then why wouldn't you have those? This reeks. Because, when you think about that exchange between Strzok and Page that showed collusion against Trump, and they said they were in McCabe's office, So no wonder the FBI wants to hide evidence. Who knows what these deep state swamp rats are doing to this evidence, And meanwhile, the left decry the attacks on this formerly venerable organization known as the FBI. And then the FBI is ridiculed today, folks, and rightfully so. And we're going to know soon the depths to which this crooked organization was willing to go to sabotage Donald Trump, more so America. And amazingly, Andrew McCabe wants to linger at the FBI long enough to get a pension. Psst.
He won't stop until he's the top-rated radio talk show host in America.
What kind of weird competitive freak are you?
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.